Charlton. Now, only 30 miles separate these sides. Gillingham reached the quarter-final 4 years ago, while Charlton, who are fourth, are having an excellent Premiership season. Tony Gabba is your commentator for this one.
Gillingham are forced to face Premiership opposition in the Cup with a fourth-choice goalkeeper. Two are injured. On loan, Nico Vasson has been refused permission to play. So in comes 23-year-old Frenchman Bertrand Bossou, who's played only 1.5 games since joining from non-league in the summer, and there'll be no goalkeeping substitute. Gillingham have been forced to make 5 changes, 3 of those in midfield. Player-manager Andy Hessenthaler is one of those missing, while up front, Mamadou Sidibe will be partnered by the much-travelled Tommy Johnson. Charlton put 4 goals past Chelsea and 1 at Spurs over Christmas, and they make 4 changes. Scott Parker is out with a niggling injury. Paolo Di Canio, Jason Newell and Mark Fish are kept in reserve on the substitutes bench, which means striker Carlton Cole, on loan from Chelsea, will start. Jeff Winter in charge of his first match at Gillingham as Charlton kick off, the team who are currently 4th in the Premiership and thinking about Champions League qualification against the Gillingham side who are 15th in Division 1. Here's Carlton Cole. Jensen, early chance here perhaps for Charlton, dealt with though by Noseworthy, but he's lost possession. Here's Konchesky, driven in hard. Oh, it's in! The French goalkeeper beaten in the first 34 seconds, and that might be an own goal by Ian Cox. It's the first really testing ball into that 6-yard box, and Andy Hessenthaler's fears about the nerves of this 4th-choice goalkeeper may have been justified. Well, that ball was really driven in hard by Konchesky, and I think Jonathan Johansson may be claiming that he got a slight touch on that before it went in off the defender. Well, the test for Andy Hessenthaler's side now will be how they respond to that early goal. Spiller, who's been busy. Noseworthy. Sidibe takes it nicely on his chest. Spiller, no offside against Paul Shaw. He's still got a lot to do. He's got a throw. Noseworthy, nicely done. Good ball in by Danny Spiller. It'll still be Gillingham's ball. And the manager will be pleased with the response of his side to that early setback. Danny Spiller. It's one for Sidibe to challenge for. He got a little touch as it arrived, but here's Johnson, makes room for a shot. Tommy Johnson! Oh, he's equalised! The 32-year-old, much-travelled Tommy Johnson, whose total transfers have totalled over £5 million as he's moved from Derby to Villa and up to Celtic, has got Gillingham back on level terms. Good work, though, by Johnson, who's hardly been a regular since he joined Gillingham as a result of injuries. It's only his 17th start in 2.5 seasons, but he's made it 1-1, and what a good goal. And Gillingham certainly have a foothold in this cup tie. Here's Smith. For Tommy Johnson, sneaking in behind Fortune. Make sure that Gillingham keep the ball. Another one for Sidibe! Oh, what a header! And what a turnaround! And Gillingham, from Division 1, have come back from that setback and scored twice in the space of 2 minutes to lead 2-1. It was really good work by Tommy Johnson as well to keep possession, and then an excellent cross, and well won in the air by the Mali international, who'll be leaving the club shortly to play in the African Cup of Nations. And it's a slightly grim expression now for Alan Kirbishley, but he's kept Di Canio on the bench. He's got Jason Newell on the bench as well. And if he thought that they could have an afternoon off, he may have to think again. There's Stewart for Charlton. Jensen takes up a good position and moved out nicely to Johansson. He's got Carlton Cole going to the far post. There's Cole! Oh, good save. Well, after the body blow of the early goal, when he seemed partly at fault, the Calais-born goalkeeper, who's making only his third appearance for Gillingham this afternoon, with at least a tidy save. Forward by Hills to Sidibe. Sure will let this go. Hills. Back from Southall. Oh, neatly done by Sidibe. Clever little back heel, and he delivered it perfectly onto the penalty spot, but there was nobody there. Maybe Smith can shoot. Oh, he scored! It's 3 to Gillingham! And the turnaround now is of gigantic proportions. A lovely little touch here, a little flick to set John Hills free. He delivered it in. Haridason with the clearing header must have thought he'd cleared the danger. But Paul Smith, arriving from midfield, has beaten Dean Kiley from a fair old distance. Johansson blocked. It'll be a throw. Charlton are in a hurry now as we move towards half-time. Stewart gets it in, Johansson helps it on. Oh, and he's tipped it away towards Konchesky. Bit of a let-off. Well, he's a tall man and he clearly thought that he could deal with that, but in the end it was only fingertips and he pushed it right out to the feet of Konchesky. Here's Johansson. John Hills couldn't stand on ceremony. He wasn't quite sure who was arriving behind him, so it will be a corner to Charlton as we move into the last minute of this first half. Tommy Johnson, it's a nice cushion header by Johnson for Spiller to break down the right. He's been tireless in this first half, Danny Spiller. Finds a good ball as well to pick out Nicky Southall. And here's Shaw. Oh, that was deflected. They might have got a fourth. It's going to be a corner. It hit the heels of Kissyshev. And that should have been a corner. Sidibe, nice little flick, well done. Now, Tommy Johnson. He's got Noseworthy inside, but he doesn't choose to use him. There's a little back heel for Noseworthy, who's got room here for a decent cross. Driven in hard! He went to the near post, and Dean Kiley saved it with one hand, because that would have gone in. Smith out wide to Noseworthy, who's still well forward, but he can't run that one down. Well, was he just trying to knock that into the 6-yard box and hope that somebody could get on the end of it? Or was he really trying to beat Dean Kiley at his near post? I think he just drilled it in, didn't he? Tommy Johnson. Good ball to find Shaw. They've got extra men here. Here's Noseworthy. He's brought it on his left foot. Well, it's behind. It's going to be a corner. Haridason, who got in the challenge, and the right back with all the confidence then to turn and put it on his left foot. Charlton want to make another change, and Kissyshev, another defender, is pulled off to be replaced by Jason Ewell. Oh, there was a decent chance there. Oh, well, the initial glance bouncing header was by Chris Hope. That ball came loose to Sidibe, and it needed the feet of Dean Kiely to save it on the goal line. Hills. Bundled over by Matt Holland, that will be a free kick. Oh, taken quickly, and they're caught out here. Here's Hills, Tommy Johnson's at the back post. Ryderson's little header doesn't go far. Oh, Tommy Johnson, and Kiely has to make another save. Well, he's a bit of a veteran, Tommy Johnson, at 32, but he doesn't need more than a sniff of goal, and that needed a very sharp save by Kiely. Well, with his two main goalkeepers injured, Vince Bartram and Jason Brown both out, and on loan Nico Vasson from Birmingham refused permission to play by Steve Bruce, the Birmingham manager. Andy Hessenthaler might have feared the worst this afternoon, and with 4 other players out, including himself injured, but his team have performed heroically. Jensen! Oh, great save! And again, a double save! And the Gillingham players, quite rightly, have gone across to slap the big Frenchman on the back. What a difference that might have made with 12 minutes remaining. First the effort from Jensen, which he saved, and then blocking the follow-up shot, and then a third save as well. Down to his left one-handed with the first, then quickly back on his feet to get his body in front of it. And then there was a third save there, one-handed with his right hand. And the question marks were about Bertrand Bossu before the kick-off, but he deserves a share of the plaudits and the praise. Di Canio. Things opening up a little bit for Di Canio. Right foot! Oh, he's hit the post! Well, he was within inches then, Paolo Di Canio. Good work by Paolo Di Canio. And a right foot shot which was just beyond the dive of the goalkeeper. There's Fortune. Ryderson. Stewart. Jensen flicks it on. Chance here. Oh, he saved another one, this time from Carlton Cole. No, Cole gets it on the rebound. Bossu saved the first one, but Carlton Cole's long legs pulled it down quickly, and the second strike was underneath the dive of the goalkeeper. And it's Gillingham 3, Charlton 2, and we've got only added on time left to play. From being comfortable at 3-1, the nerves are now jangling. There's one header on. Pulled down by Stewart. Di Canio trying to get on the loose bouncing ball. But Hills can clear this upfield. Now here's Sidibe. If they keep this attack going, they've got a tremendous overlap. Here they are, here's Henderson. Konchesky just trying to keep him in the corner. And there's the final whistle. It's been a memorable cup tie, and you wouldn't have thought that Andy Hessenthaler's Gillingham would record a famous giant-killing act when they conceded the opening goal in 34 seconds. But it was a really spirited fight back. 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes in the first half from Tommy Johnson and Sidibe put them in front. Smith made it 3-1 at half-time. And although Carlton Cole, the on-loan player from Chelsea, pulled one back, it was too late, and Gillingham held on, and they go into the 4th round after a truly memorable day. Gillingham 3, Charlton 2.
You were worried about your goalkeeper before the kick-off, and goodness me, 34 seconds, a testing ball in there. Do you think he might have cut that out?
It's hard to say. I'll have to have a look at the video, but you know, the ball was flashed across, so we should have defended a lot better. But you know, I wasn't so much worried. I've just feared for his nerves more than anything. He's only a young keeper. Again, as I say, it's only he's only played 1.5 games, so you know, to be thrown in against a side like Charlton was going to be difficult for him. But he come out with unbelievable praise, to be fair to the lad, and he's after the game. I've had the team talk, he burst out crying. So that's how much it meant to him today.
Now in the dressing room afterwards, I understand you shed a few tears, didn't you?
It wasn't tears, but I was really emotional after that, and I couldn't believe we just beat Charlton, So it was a big moment for me.
Can you explain what it's like for a Frenchman to come to England and play in the FA Cup and record what we call a giant-killing act?
Oh, well, for me it's different as well, because I was only playing non-league last season, and it just came so quick. I had my chance here so quickly, and thanks to the manager for that. And I just tried to do my best,
We had a great start, and then we never really got going after that. Gillingham got their way back into it and deserved to get back into it. But I think any Premiership side would have had it hard here today, the way Gillingham played. So let's give them great credit. They was up for it. They won all the necessary little battles there to win, and they got their deserved result.
Garth, it's so tough being a goalkeeper because your mistakes are so magnified. Was that simply down to 2 mistakes by Dean Kiely, that result?
It wasn't Kiely's greatest performance, but I don't think it was just all down to him. I thought he was down to the moment that Ian Cox put in his own goal. Charlton thought it was a breeze, and the longer the game went on, the more space seemed to be created, and it seemed to me that Charlton weren't prepared to deny Gillingham space. Oh, and if you're not prepared to do that, I don't care how good a side you think you are, the other team will hurt you. And there's analysis here where we can see where Sidibe is on the ball, he lays off, and as the ball gets to the player here, look at the space between the Gillingham players and the Charlton defenders. The Gillingham player takes advantage of that, puts the ball exactly where he wants to, right in the heart of the defence. Fortune can't get the ball away, and of course Johnson now gets in on the act and puts the ball away. Again, I didn't think Kiely did particularly well in that particular one. But again, you see here, all over the park, the space has not been denied to any of the Gillingham players, and they're putting the ball where they want to. Where it hurts behind Charlton here, it's Johnson, who had a great game, is on the ball here, lays it off, and no problem there for Nicky Southall it is. And what a finish by Sidibe. Tremendous spin, twist in the air, and generates a lot of power. Now Gillingham are on the receiving end here because they don't close people down. We see space again, and again, it doesn't matter who you are, you don't deny people space, you get hurt. The ball comes in here to Cole, great save by the keeper, second great save by the keeper, and what about that? So the keeper, although he starts badly, does redeem himself and has a great day at the end of it.
A tale of 2 goalkeepers. Monsieur Bossu.
I'll tell you what, do you know what a literal translation of Bossu is? What? Hunchback. How ironic is that, by the way?
Yeah.
Anything but. I mean, the triple save there was absolutely fantastic. And, 1 or 2 people will make things saying about Charlton that they left 1 or 2 players out. But, the 8 of the team that played today started against Chelsea.
So it's interesting you were talking about denying space there, or the lack of it today. Exactly what they did do to beat Chelsea so impressively, and then to win at Spurs.
And when you deny players space, you make them play backwards or square. And if they're playing the Premiership, and they've done that pretty successfully so far, they've done that very well. Today was about attitude, and for Charlton, the lack of it.
Charlton haven't had a good run in the FA Cup for a bit. Can clubs even subconsciously fall into a little bit of a rut like that?
Well, I think so. I think even Alan Kirby's after the game, he was sort of saying, didn't play well. Credit must go to Gillingham, quite rightly so. But he can't put his finger on why they didn't play well, Charlton, and why they didn't have it well. I think it's nearly every year they're knocked out of the 3rd round. It's just one of those strange things that happens, I think.